Take some deep breaths as you watch and feel that breath moving through you. And bring that breath as faith entering your body and going to that area where you're holding that fear inside of you. And let the breath just be Jesus' words. Be still. Be quiet, as he said to the storm. And let those words speak to your body and your heart and your soul. So as we flow today, we'll do a lot of breathing and with our arms out and up, and then bringing that breath into our bodies. Focus on where you're holding that fear or that anxiety or worry. And let your breath be that faith that he will calm the storm. So take a couple more breaths. And then bring yourself up and come into child's pose. So sending your hips back, your knees a little wide, your fingers reaching out. Maybe rest your forehead on the floor or on a blanket. And just release yourself, surrender into the earth. We trust this earth to hold up our bodies right now. Transfer that faith and trust into that place of fear in your body. And then walk your hands over towards the left, staying down into your child's pose, creating a nice long line and stretch along the right side. Another big breath in, release into the earth. Walk your hands back to the center and over to the right side. Nice big breath. And as you release, come back to the center. Reach those fingertips out as far as you can, then lift your hips off the floor or off your ankles and come forward into a cobra pose. So your head's pointing up, your heart is opening, your legs are back behind you. Breath in and release. And let's just alternate that a couple more times, back into child's pose. Exhaling. And then inhaling, come up into that cobra. If you need to move your knees a little closer, you can do that. Breathe in. And exhale as you go back. One more time, breathing in. And exhale back. This time, come into a table pose. Your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. And just wake up those hips, taking some big circles. Just organically move wherever feels right for you. Again, taking your mind into your body, notice what's going on in your back, in your hips, where there's tightness. And come to neutral and take some cat and cow stretches, lowering your belly, arching your back. Breathing in as your belly drops, and out as you arch into your cat. And then sit back into your child's pose. Do that same thing a little faster, reaching over towards the left with your hands. Breath in, back to the center, over to the right. Notice the opening you're creating in your body. And back to the center, stretching those fingertips maybe a little further this time. And then rocking forward into your cobra. If you want a little more work here, you can raise the knees off the floor. This is called up dog. And knees down and back into child's pose. And one more cobra, reaching forward with your heart, maybe lifting your knees if you'd like. And then come back to table. Walk your fingers up to meet your knees and come up onto your knees to like a camel position. If this hurts your knees, you can double over your mat. Breathe in. Send your arms up. Take your left arm with your left wrist with your right hand and go over towards the right. I'm going opposite of you. And back to center, switch hands, go the other way. And then both arms up, nice big breath in, sending that breath of faith into your fear. And on the exhale, bring your hands back to the small of your back for camel pose. So leaving your body nice and straight and your legs up to your waist, just bending from the waist back, not straining your neck. If you want a little more, you can put your feet up on your toes and try and reach your heels. Otherwise, just enjoy this heart opener. Send your shoulders back. And come forward and then curl up into a little embryo pose, like child's pose, except your hands are back, your head is on the ground. Breathe in and breathe out. And bring your arms out in front again for puppy dog. So our hips are above our knees. It's sort of a variation of child's pose. Our hips are above our knees and our hands go out. So it's kind of like the top half of downward dog. Again, if you hold tension in your shoulders, this can help stretch them out. And walk your hands back. Come back into that tabletop. Let's do those circles one more time. Just compare how those circles feel now after a few more movements compared to when you started. Keep the breath flowing, moving through the core of your body. Come back to cat and cow for a couple. Your own pace, notice what you feel. Walking your hands back to your knees, come up one more time for that camel pose. Bring your arms out to the side. Inhale. Grabbing that left wrist, Pulling over to the right. Switching arms to the left. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale as you bring your hands to the small of your back. Again, arching back into camel. And curling up forward into your embryo. And then arms reaching forward for your puppy dog. Hips over your knees, reaching your arms out. Check in with the breath. And walk your hands back a little bit. We're going to come back up into our downward dog. So from puppy dog, you can tuck your toes. Send those hips nice and high into the air. Just take a few moments and scan your body in this downward dog. Maybe pedal your feet one at a time. Trying to get that heel a little closer to the earth. Let your head hang down. Come up onto your tiptoes and then lower them both down. Let your head hang, relax. And then maybe bring your left foot a little closer to the center for balance and your right leg back up behind you. For three-legged dog. Bend your knee with your heel coming towards your sit bones. And then open that knee towards the sidewall or the ceiling. And come back with the knee down. And then leave your knee bent and rock forward. We're going to bring our foot through between our hands. So you can get there in a couple steps if you want. But if you rock your body forward, over your shoulders, over your hands, and then tuck that knee underneath you, and then set your foot down onto the mat. Going to come up into a lunge. And come on up. So in a lunge, it's a little different than Warrior One. Our heel is up. If you need that support, you can always put your knee down. Breathe in and exhale out as your hands touch back to the floor. And then bring your arms back up again. This is a little challenge. Breathe in. Exhale it out, just release. Place your left hand on the floor next to that right foot and send your right arm up for a simple twist. Maybe looking at your right hand in the air gives you a little deeper twist. Place your hand back down. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Come back into downward dog. This time sending your left leg straight out behind you. Nice and strong, both legs. One holding you up, the other reaching out behind you. Breathing in. Bend that knee and open the knee to the side. And bring your knee back down, but keeping it bent. Rock your body forward, bringing that knee, tucking the knee up under your core. rocking forward and then setting that left foot down. If you need to pick it up and place it there, just get there however it works. No judgment, no pressure. Arms up. Breathe in. And lower down, just touching the fingertips to the floor. Exhaling. And then inhaling, coming back up. Engaging that left leg and the right one behind you. And this time, as we exhale down, place the right hand next to the left foot. Send your left arm up into the air. Sending your glance over your shoulder if you'd like. And then left hand comes to the floor. Bring your right foot up to meet your left. And let's just regroup here and forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows if you want. Rock back and forth a little. Lots of exhaling here, just releasing, letting your head dangle. Relaxing your jaw, your shoulders. On the next inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Breathe in, and then exhale out, forward fold. One more time. Breathe in halfway. Exhale as you forward fold. And then pull your belly in and roll all the way up to standing to mountain. Arms come out to the side. Big breath in. And put your hands together. And just as you exhale, lower your hands. Feel that breath exhaling out. And out to the side. We'll do that a couple more times just to be in touch with the breath. Inhaling that faith and trust, and exhaling the fear that is somewhere between our head and our feet. One more time. Inhaling Jesus' words, be still, and exhaling down. This time, going all the way down into a forward fold. We're going to send our left foot back and come into warrior one. So left foot is at an angle, right knee's bent. Warrior one, both hands are up. And again, breathe in here. You can also, if you want your heart open, do cactus arms. One more breath, and then go into warrior two. So your right arm goes forward, your left arm back. Just check in with your body, your shoulders. Take your right palm up and reach back into peaceful warrior. And back to warrior two. And then let's just straighten our front knee and bring our hands up together. Alternate that motion a couple times. Bending the knee as your arms are in warrior two. And then inhaling as your arms come up. And exhaling as they come to warrior two. And inhaling as your arms are up, then turn your body towards the front of your mat. Bend that right knee, and we're going to come into humble warrior. So our arms come around behind, clasp your fingers, open that front side of your body, sending your shoulders back, maybe your head glancing to the heavens, and then hinging at the hips. Come down into your warrior, humble warrior. Just Breathe in here. Bring your left foot up to meet your right. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, bringing your arms all the way up to standing. Breathe in. A couple of those breaths, bringing the breath down through the body. Arms up. Exhaling all the way through your core, down to forward fold. This time sending your right foot back for warrior one. Arms up. Left knee bends. That back leg can be nice and strong and straight. And back to warrior two with your left hand going forward this time. Left palm up, reaching back. Back to warrior two. And then alternating that, straighten the leg, the arms up. Breathe in and exhale out. Just alternating a couple times at your pace, straightening the knee. Next time your arms are up, turn your body towards the front of your mat. Inhale and then exhale as you clasp your hands in the back. Shoulders go back. And hinge forward. I'm sorry, your left knee's bent too. Just release into that humble warrior. And then bring both feet to meet each other. Bring the right up to meet the left. And down into forward fold. This time we're going to send our left foot back from our fold to a low lunge. So send your left foot back. Let that left knee go on to the floor. Top of your left foot on the floor. Your right knee's bent over your ankle. Just try and push your hips and your knees a little bit forward. Take some breathing in here. And then sending your hips back, toes come up, heel stays on the floor. For half splits. And back to front lunge, your knee forward. And this time we're going to do a supported side plank. So take your right hand inside of that right foot. So both of your hands are inside of the right foot. Leave your left knee where it is. Lift that right leg. Straighten it out behind you. So your right leg, I'm sorry, did I say the wrong leg? Your right leg is in a long line. Your left knee is supporting you and your right arm goes up. Now if your arms are really strong and you want to do a full side plank, you can bring that left knee off the floor and do a full side plank. Good, bring your hands back down. Swing that right leg back up to the side of the mat. And we'll do a lizard since our hands are on the inside of that right leg. Just lower yourself as far as you feel like you want to go. So you're inside, your left leg is bent behind you, you're up behind you, good. You got it. And then tuck the left foot under and just walk your hands over to the side of your mat. So for you all, it's going to be this way, I think. Sorry, nope, it's gonna be to the left. So just walk your hands over to the left. And there you go. Over towards the coffee. So, oh, I can't, we're videotaping. I have to stay in my spot. So roll down. Your legs wide. And then hold your belly in, come up with a flat back. Come all the way up with your hands on your hips. And change your foot position so your toes are out a little wider than your heels. And we're going to do some more knee bends and arms. So as your knees go down, your arms come up. And then as your knees straighten, your arms go down. So breathe in as your arms come up. And exhale as your legs straighten. One more time. And exhale. And then flat back again, fold forward. And walk your hands over towards the front of your mat with your right toe in the front. And bring your left foot up to meet the right. So hang down and forward fold. Again, just a place to reset and catch a few breaths. And this time, let's send our right leg back into lunge, low lunge. So your right leg comes back, your right knee is on the floor, top of your right foot, and lunge forward. Notice what you feel during the lunge. Opening in hips, groin, maybe your heart. Breathe in, and on your exhale, send your hips back for half splits. That toe comes up. And rocking forward back to your lunge. Take your hands inside of that left foot, heel toe that left foot over to the side a little. Place your right hand firmly on the floor and pick that left leg up. Send it straight out behind you. So the right knee is your support. Your left leg is your plank. Again, offering the option both feet to be in plank. One more breath. And then hands back to the floor. Bring that left leg back up. Place it on the edge of the mat, bent, setting up for lizard. So your hands are in the middle of the mat, your left foot is on the edge. Your right leg is out behind you. You can stay up or you can lean down into it. However it works for you. And then tuck that right foot under. Send your hips up and walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. This time hanging down into your A fold, wide-legged fold. Take a little breath in and just come up part way and then exhale out and lower down again. Sometimes if we're in a fold, it helps to release it. And then exhale more air, and we can go a little deeper. And then coming up halfway with a flat back, Hands on your hips, roll yourself all the way up. Toes go out, heels in. Leave your legs straight this time and bring your arms up overhead as you inhale. And then as you exhale, knees bend and your arms come down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, going down. And one more. And this time when you're down, fold over into that fold. Place your fingertips on the floor. Walk them over to the front of your mat. Place both knees on the mat. And let's just reset with a little cat and cow facing the front. Done a lot of stretching in the hips and the lunges. Just loosening up, checking in. Knees a little wide, sit back into child's pose just for a moment. Just to feel that grounding. Just to hear Jesus' voice in the boat, be still. And rocking forward onto all fours, tuck your toes under. Come up into downward dog once again. Sending those hips back, stretching the shoulders and the fingertips out. Notice if your heels come a little closer to the floor than they did before. Breathe in, and on your exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Roll all the way up into our big mountain. Inhale. Hands through our body. One more. Up high. Inhale. This time on the exhale, bend your knees and come into chair pose. So with chair, you may remember we want our weight on the back part of our feet, so you could almost lift your toes up if you wanted. Hold that core in nice and firm. Your arms can be out, or if that bothers shoulders, you can always do cactus or prayer. Up to you. Fold forward. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Into chair again. This time we're going to come into eagle, so we'll take our right arm underneath our left and put those palms together, or like we've done in the past, if that's not available to you, you can always just hug your shoulders. And your legs can stay like this, but if you want to add, take that right leg up and over the left knee. You can always put your toe on the floor to help you with balance. And we want to try and raise the elbows up parallel to our shoulders. Breathe one more time in this awkward pose. And then release your arms and take that right leg. If you need to touch down, that's fine. Send it back behind you for airplane pose. Breathe in. And one more, folding further towards the floor. Place your fingertips to the floor. For standing splits, your right leg comes up out behind you. And then place that right leg on the floor behind you with your toe down. Bring your upper part of your body up to high lunge. So we're just flowing from one pose to the next. Breathe in On the exhale, send your arms back, just chest forward. Inhale, arms come back up. This time, palms together as you hinge forward. Take your right elbow over to your left knee. It can be on the knee or outside the knee. Exhaling as we wring. So this is like wringing the inside of our core out. Touch your fingertips to the floor. Bring your right foot up to meet your left. Hang down into forward fold. And on the inhale, roll all the way up. Big breath in. Exhale as your palms come together, folding forward just to touch the floor or be near it. Inhaling one more time all the way up. Coming into chair, bending your knees. Finding your options for arms. Folding forward from your chair. Exhaling, letting it go. Inhale all the way up to mountain pose. Back to chair. This time left arm under right for eagle. Bringing those elbows up, either leaving your legs the way they are or adding your eagle legs. Always option with a kickstand if you want to cross the legs, but the balance is difficult. Just put that toe down. One more breath here. Release your arms. And nice and slow, send your left leg back behind you for your airplane. Breath in, and on the exhale, fold further for your standing splits with your left leg straight up behind you. And set that left foot down behind you for a high lunge. So your right foot is still out front, your knee is bent. You're up on your back toe if that's available. And exhale as you lean forward. Inhale as the arms come up. Palms together to your heart. Hinge forward and take your left elbow over to the right. And just some big breaths here. Release your hands down to the mat. Send your right leg back to meet the left and come into a plank. So in plank, if you need to put your knees down for form, that's fine. What we really want is our back in a nice straight line, not with our sit bones up. Take a couple breaths. We're going to lower down, so when you need to go, just go ahead and go down. If you need some strengthening in your arms, take a couple more breaths. And lower down your belly to the floor, keeping your elbows together. The tops of your feet come to the floor. Place your left cheek onto the floor. And your arms alongside of you, top of your hands reaching on the floor. Take a couple breaths. And then let's do a half of a locust first. So lift your left arm up. Actually, bring your left arm out in front of you and your right leg. So left arm comes off the floor and right leg. Sorry, you might want to move your right hand in front of you for support too. And lower that down. Place your right cheek on the mat. Breathe in some love and some energy. And this time, raise the right arm and the left leg. And lower down. And this time, if it's comfortable for you, lift all four. So the two arms and the two legs. And lower down. And push yourself back into child's pose. Rocking up onto all fours. Bring your right leg underneath you and just sit down on the mat. Your legs extended. Swing your legs around into staff pose. So with staff pose, you want your back nice and tall. Your toes pointing up. And inhale as the arms come up. And then as you fold over, trying to keep your back straight before you arch it. Go down. Think about your belly coming towards your thighs, not necessarily your hands coming towards your legs. And when you get as far as you feel like you can go with a flat back, then exhale into it. And go ahead and round your shoulders and let your head drop. And come back up into sitting. Take your right leg, bring it over. That left leg is straight out. Take your left arm, twist around, grabbing the right knee, looking over the right shoulder, all the while trying to keep your back nice and straight. Feel the release in your right hip. Keep on breathing. And release that right leg, change legs, take your left, bend your knee, grab that left knee with your right arm, twist over to the left. And release the bind and the leg. Bend both knees. We're going to come back into a boat pose to just work the front side of our stomach a little bit. So roll back. And as you know, there's lots of options to this. You can just bring the feet up a little bit. You can bring them more. You can hold your legs with your hands, or you can release your hands. All are good options. The main thing we're trying to do is engage that core. One more breath, and then lengthen your feet out, and slow as you can, come on down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. rock side to side. And legs up, straight up, like legs up the wall. Place your hands alongside you on the floor, and engaging your core, just lower those legs nice and slow until they're about 2 inches above the floor, and then bring them back up. When your legs are back up, take the right leg over to the side. You can use your right hand to guide it for support. Back up to center. And the left leg over. Then bend your knees and grab the bottoms of your feet for happy baby. So your knees are on the outside of your arms. Your arms come inside your legs and grab the bottom of your feet. Release the back and the hips. And then planting both feet on the floor, stretch your left leg out, bend the right knee in towards your chest. And then take that right knee over towards the left for supine twist. Your right arm out to the side with your glance over to the right. And back to the center, switch legs, extend your right leg. Pull the left knee in. Extend the left knee over to the right, and your left arm, and your glance to the left. And back to the center. Send both legs out, both arms alongside of you, and melt into the floor. To your final resting pose. begin to bring some awareness back to your body, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe some deeper breaths. You can roll on your side if that's a good transition for you. And when you're ready, come back up to a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. So in the reading, Jesus stood up and commanded the wind, "Be quiet." And he said to the waves, "Be still." The wind died down, and there was a great calm. So Heavenly Father, we ask you to take this calm that we have in our hearts and our bodies right now, to have faith that you are the calm in our souls, and to take it forward into the world. Amen. Namaste.